What is going on, you guys? I hope you're all having an embraceful day. I'm still filming with my iPhone, so bear with me in this video. If there's anything that's out of frame or anything like that, just disregard it. I'm going to be getting a new camera by the end of February, so we should be back to normal and recording, because this should be the last video I do with my iPhone. But anyways, tonight, because it's already pretty late, what I have planned to do is get the canards, these front canards, mounted right here onto the bumper covers. Once we get that mounted, we can see where I can make the splitter template on this piece of whatever this is. I forget what it's called. I got it at Home Depot. But if you guys watched the video where we actually made it already, the splitter template, it was kind of like off a little bit. So I kind of want to redo it once those canards are mounted. I don't know if tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. Still in this video, we're going to continue. We're going to try and get these mounted onto the bumper. The splitter template all drawn out all the way around. I don't know what I'm going to be doing at the end, but right here as well, I don't know what I'm going to be doing here. I don't know if I want to bring it in a little bit, because as you guys can see, it just indents right here just a little bit, kind of like what it is right here for the NIA splitter. So this piece right here might go a little bit farther in, but we can worry about that later. The only reason I wanted to mock up this ABS plastic sheet was just to mark up the template for the splitter and to mock up these right here. Look at that. So I got these cut out. As many of you guys know, these are made out of ABS plastic, so it's a little bit harder to work with. I can't add material as easy as these canards that were made out of fiberglass. So I didn't want to risk cutting these up because they did need to be a little bit shorter. So I had this polypropylene sheet that I bought at Home Depot, and I traced it out, I cut it to where I needed to. Look at this, up here, it goes like a little bit slightly up. Look at that, how well it matches. Right here just needs to be straightened out, of course, but look at that. So now all I have to do now, take this piece off, put it on top of this piece right here, and then just cut it out. I've came to a stopping point on this project. Why? Because when I tried putting this piece, before I even started cutting the other one, good thing I didn't cut the other one. Right now this is moved, but when I put this piece right here, the canard was like all the way down here. So that means the canard was way lower than the other side that's over there. So I unbolted it, the canard. Now I'm able to fit this piece right here. So that piece fits perfectly right there. But now the issue that I'm having is, you see this line right here? This is the middle line as to where I wanted it to. So if you look at it like that, you see the little divot that goes down. I wanted that to line up to that line. And now this side, the little divot, as you can tell, is now all the way up there, and the line is down here. I know the line is perfectly fine because I measured it from here to the tip of the corner, and both match exactly the same. So I know that's not the issue. So I know the issue is this piece on top of here is not the same as the piece down over here, because these align perfect. Everything else aligns perfect except for up here on these top corners. So that's why you don't buy replica parts, guys, because it's never going to be 100% correct, which I thought they were correct when I put them side by side when I finished doing all the body work and everything. But now, as you guys can tell, by trying to put these canards onto this side, it wasn't lining up. So now what I have to do now is, well, this is what I thought. So this is the middle of the car. If I turn that way, no, I think you guys won't be able to tell. I think right here. If you turn this way, you can see a little bit of the bolt, and you can see the tip of that piece right there. If you turn this way, you can't even see the bolt. Where's the bolt? Maybe I'm not in the center. Oh yeah, you can see the bolt. The bolt is right here, and as you can tell, the tip of it is always still over here. So there's a gap that's between there. So what I'm thinking about doing is sanding this piece down a little bit lower and shorter in order for it to fit perfectly on this piece. But now the only thing is, as well, you see how this is right here from that line. It looks from that dot of the, from this line, it goes out to like a V. On this side, on the dotted line, there is no V. The V starts from like all the way down here. So we gotta like fill in this piece right here. I don't know, there's a lot of body work that's still gonna have to happen with these canards. So I think that's what I'm gonna have to do now. Probably not gonna film it because it's gonna be a lot of bodywork stuff, a lot of filling in with fiberglass and things like that, trying to get them perfect. But I'll pick up the video once I finish all that and we know it's 100% perfect. So it's been a couple weeks since I've been working on these canard pieces, but I finally got them done, and I also finally got a brand new camera. So I got the Sony a6400. I'm still like getting used to the camera and the focusing and all that stuff, so bear with me with the camera for now until I start learning everything. But I did pretty much got everything. I mean, it took a while. Honestly, it took a while, a lot of finicking, especially me when I'm like really anal about things. Things have to be perfect for me. Even though you won't be able to see it, anybody else won't see the issue and things like that. I can see them, and that's what's important to me. So I had to address these things. One thing was that this piece was not lining exactly like the other piece, so I had to like bring it up, cut it, bring it up. And this piece right here was a lot thicker than this piece that's right here, but now I got it completely evened out the whole entire way down, Also, that gap that you see right there is perfect, like that gap right there. This piece was a lot higher, so it was sitting like up to here than the other one, so I had to bring it down a little bit. But other than that, couple weeks of working on this piece and they both line up evenly. if I stand in the middle. So the only thing left to do is to get these pieces and get them trimmed up to these both sides right here, and they should be identical from the measurements that I've taken. So let's hope they are identical, and we're also going to cut the splitter out. So I got these pieces cut out. As you guys can tell, it looks like it's just one piece, but nope, two pieces. So if we put this piece right here, lines up perfectly right there in that corner, follows the curve up, as you guys can tell. Get this one, same thing, put it right there. It's right, okay, yeah, just fall. That piece is perfectly right there now. If you look on this side, it goes perfectly up. I'll try and get a little bit better on this side. You can see that it curves all the way up. So now, I mean, they're not perfectly even on the bottom, like how they're supposed to be positioned like this. We just need to put the L brackets right there. So like I mentioned, these, we're just gonna leave them like this because I think we're gonna be putting like a quick latch to make this like detachable on top a lot easier. And down here it's gonna have two L brackets connected to the splitter. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet. We'll figure that out later on once we get all this mounted onto the car, or once we get it all carbon fiber, because that you can do like once you're about to like fully install it on the car and it's like completely painted and everything like that. So that can be one of the last things to do. So now let's get started with cutting out the splitter. So I pretty much finished cutting the splitter for the most part. I just need to cut this middle section. I don't know how I want it yet. But while I was cutting it, I kind of wanted to give you guys a tip on what I use to cut ABS plastic. Because I've seen a lot of people on YouTube cutting ABS plastic with this angle grinder. They cut it with the angle grinder, trying to use this type of like cutting blade. And when you do that, you get it all over your face. You get it all over your hands. I've been there, done that. And I figured out a better way of doing it. I use a jigsaw, but I use a plexiglass blade. As you guys can tell right here, look at this. Right there. That's what I've used. You don't get any on the sides. Look at that. It's a perfect clean edge. As many of you guys, for those of you that have cut ABS plastic with one of these before, you know how nasty it leaves these edges filled with like this type of stuff. It like leaves it like that, but this completely shaves it off and it leaves the edges really nice and clean. You don't get any on your arms, any on your face, and you don't get it heating up the material as much as you do with the angle grinder. So just a quick tip for any of you guys that are cutting ABS plastic: save your guys a hassle and get yourself some plexiglass Bosch blades. So I pretty much got the splitter all cut out. I really like how it came out like this, how much I brought it in. So that is completely perfectly fine. All this is done. I cut the back half up to here because I'm not sure what I want to do. I don't know how far the oil pan is going to be able to be reached right here, and especially I might still cut out this section right here and make it bolt on. That way, whatever piece is covering the oil pan, I'll be able to unbolt it and bolt it back on. Right here, I mean, it's all jagged right now, but I think I'm going to be cutting it up to here onto the line, so that should be fine for now. The canard is put on, just taped right now until we get the quick latches, because I just ordered them, so I should be getting them in a couple of days. That way we can attach it here and then see where we want to attach the L brackets here so they can attach to the splitter. Once we find that out, we might bring this section in a little bit more, because I don't like how it extends that far out. I want to bring it in a little bit, maybe leave like about 2 inches of gap between this canard and the splitter. Kind of, well, actually it's probably going to be the same as right here. Whatever this is the gap that's going to be there. So we're going to bring it in once we get those quick latches. We'll get those installed, but for now, I mean, it looks pretty darn sick. It looks pretty badass, if you ask me. That looks so sick from this angle. Look at that. Looks so good. Looks so good. So I'm really pumped on how it's coming out. Probably in the next video we're gonna work on, hopefully we get those quick latches. We'll work on that, getting these pieces installed, getting the rest of the splitter trimmed out to where we need it to be, and we're gonna start making side splitters for the car. That way we can start working on the side canards. We might get started on the side canards too, depends on how far we get. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to end today's video, guys. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a like. That way I can see that you guys are really enjoying the process of the TC, because this project is really detailed, not like those many YouTube builds that you guys see online that are super fast paced. Mine is, if you guys have been keeping up since the beginning, you guys will know I like to take things slow and steady and make sure every detail counts, every single little detail. That's what I'm about, because I'm really anal about those things. But other than that, I want to thank you guys all so much for watching, guys. Thank you guys so much for your guys' support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and embrace yourself.